Anyways, over the sound of the dishwasher that somebody turned on, it's Shovelhead Date. Welcome to another Cast Iron Wednesday, and it's the challenge for December, which is steak. So we have a pot roast, which we're going to make into a Swiss steak, or at least that's what my mom called it. So we're going to flour it and brown it and season it a bit, and then put it in our enamel cast iron. Throw it in the oven with some onions and garlic and peppers. So we're going to season this up and we'll be right back. Okay, here's our seasoned and floured roast. There's Timmy in his cage. And there's our cast iron Dutch oven or whatever. And we'll put this in to brown up. And we're not going to make you watch it, because I don't want to watch it. Okay, that's browned up enough for me, mainly because I'm in a hurry because I don't have a lot of time. So we're just going to throw some stock in here. This happens to be vegetable stock because it's in the cupboard and it isn't going to get used for anything else. Scrape up our goodies from the bottom here. It's always good to hide the popovers. Good enough for that. Now we're going to cover the bottom with onions to keep our meat from touching the bottom. And plus, they'll break down and add good flavor. And then we'll put our meat in. And our couple cloves of garlic, cut in half. No need to be any fancier than that. And our tin of tomatoes. And that's pretty well it. It goes on into the oven. And we'll come back in 2-3 hours. Okay, I think the meat's cooked. So we're going to take it out of there and put it on our cutting board to rest. There. We'll cover this up with foil. We're going to take our vegetables out and put them in the dish for our side, and then we're going to make some gravy. And I'll come back when I'm done. And there's our gravy made. Our vegetables staying hot at the back of the stove, and we're just waiting for the popovers to come out of the oven and to cut the meat and do the plating. So we'll be back. Well, time to pull the popovers out of the oven. I think they're ready. Yep. And first things first. You don't stab them, they get sad pretty quick. That one looks a little chewy. Okay, that's enough of that. We'll get these out on the rack and we'll get our meat cut up and we'll wait for our potatoes and away we go. Okay, we're going to give this a quick cut. cut right there. Well, I got one little helper. Jonah doesn't like the sound of machinery, so he's... Oh, here he comes. Anyways, that's enough of the cutting. We'll come back when we get something plated up. Alright, so here's our plating done. We have our popovers, Yorkshire pudding, whatever you want to call them, our Swiss steak, some vegetables that were cooked in with Swiss steak, and a potato. And that's pretty well it. So, let's see if we get a close up here if we can remember how to do this. And long arm. Good enough. So now it's time for the DIY dark matter taste test. So we'll set up the camera and get at her. Okay. We're ready for our DIY dark matter taste test. Unfortunately, my other two taste testers are busy at this time. It's good, the beef's nice and tender. Vegetables are good. Potato. Anyways, looks like not a bad supper. So it's Cast Iron Wednesday was started by Dia Tears, and it's a playlist. The link will be down below. Make sure you check out the Cast Iron Wednesday channel as well. And its link will be down below. Cook something up and let us know, and we'll get you put on the playlist. It's easy. It doesn't have to be a challenge. It can be anything like fried egg. So anyways, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Do you see these two pitiful faces? Well, that's what happens when you don't come for the DIY dark matter taste test. You don't get anything. So they mooched off Mummy and they got nothing for the taste test. Oh well.